And so that's going to be their response here. Now, where does Faker go into this Ahri is the real big question for me. No Orianna, no Annie. And Victor's still up. It's been a comfort pick for Faker, like the Azir, all year long. Tons of consistent damage, and it looks like that's the path he's going to take here.
Yep, an understandable one. This has, of course, been one, like, T1 have been first picking Victor all year long, right? So as Moen, I loved his Cassante back in the LEC, and he is going to lock it away here into the Jax from Doran. This is looking like a way more T1 composition on the blue side this time around in game number 3, but I think MKOI no slouches in what they've got for themselves. That's what it kind of felt like there.
Uh-oh, Jojo
in a lot of trouble. The Orb of Deception comes down. The Flash is going to be traded here as Faker also taking some damage from that turret.
That was a very tense moment there. Faker looking for the Ray to kill Jojo Gun there, but he responds well with his own flash. It's a double knockup.
Yeah, going to come in. The Battle Dance gets Alvaro out of there, though. As Faker, still with the teleport, wasn't actually able to go back home, and Jojo just gets stunned into the wall. The minions run out. The Gravity Well is there, and there is first blood over to the GOAT.
We've seen this so many times for Jojo where he gets a huge lead, but doesn't respect the fact that the jungler can come over and turn things around. As, oh boy, Doran way up himself.
He is, and Doran, can he get out of this? It's going to, no, the answer is going to be probably not, but he does have flash, so he might be able to utilize it. I'm just saying hopefully he doesn't, and he then does immediately afterwards. Gets a counter strike though, and there he is, he's able to get out. Leap strike to the minions as they come in. Yeah, huge chunk as the Blight is procced. There's a flash forward though as they get the flag and drag. Gravity Well goes down, but the charm is so good. Faker actually able to walk it off though, and Elyoya once again underneath the turret. Oner takes the kill, and it's highway robbery from T1 in this mid lane.
I mean, how many times do we have to talk about the Faker taunt at international tournaments?
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's just...
Level 6 claimed by Faker a little bit earlier on as Moen continuing to dab, but I don't know whether he's going to be going down just yet. No flash available.
6, there it is, and Faker's out of mana, but he does play respectfully. Look at this play here, like Faker stopped his back moments before, and like Jojo has all this tempo advantage, right? Oner comes over here though, gets the drag. This is the second time. Now we skipped the earlier one. Elyoya thinks he has the kill. Oner is able to push him into the wall there under turret aggro. And Elyoya is super frustrated because it's not even like Elyoya played it badly. He just didn't expect that rotation over there. Faker having so much extra health as this is in live. Yeah. Slow comes in.
Throws the boulder down. Jojo really not wanting to press that R button, but he's going to have to. The flash immediately afterwards here from Oner as he slows down Elyoya as well. And Keria has ghosted in there and then just gets himself out.
Uninterested completely here. Wants to look for a Cataclysm play here at level 6 onto Doran.
Yeah, surely Doran's not going to be able to make his way out this time as the all-out comes on through. Decent amount of value there with the counter-strike.
For the grubs since it's a late first dragon here. But I kind of favor, because it is a Jax, T1's position here is Jojo getting the charm.
Yeah, really nice charm there as the Spirit Rush still a couple of charges. As Faker wanting to be able to get that shield back down to 100 now as Jojo goes back in. The Arcane Storm doesn't work, and there it is, a shutdown from Jojo. Solo kill onto Faker.
Some of that mid lane deficit down to just 100 gold. So go back to the play itself. Look at this, goes into point blank range here through the minions, gets on top of Faker. I think Faker feeling confident with those minions there. Doesn't have the flash, of course. Gets the return Q there. That's huge. That's the damage he needs. Gets in with it, gets the Foxfire, flashes out, gets the reset, gets the heal.
Yeah, getting the essence back as well, making sure that it wasn't even close. Millen, he's Cassante. We've seen some Cassantes be pretty powerful, but the Comet wasn't there last time. That's going to be what finishes him off.
That kill picked up by Jojo are still there. You know, T1 still with a significant early game lead, so we're going to see the channel here pushing Faker out.
He's coming along pretty well here for Faker, so he's going to be relatively takey. As there is the suppression, Super finds himself in a very uncomfortable position. Yeah, as Oner looking to maybe stop that one as the Gravity Well comes in, the all-out from Moen gets him out of that. As now Faker just going to have to try and walk his way out, and he's not going to be able to do so. Decides instead that he needs to kill the wave, and he will manage to do that. But Moen with another solo kill. Faker really kind of falling apart at the seams here.
The Tom Kench, who's also going to love that. So Area, speaking of Tom Kench, interrupted.
Yeah, going to try and get himself out of here as the gravity well does come on through. He needs to eat that great health, and he does do so. The piercing arrow working out so well here for Gumayusi, and Elyoya, unfortunately, just didn't have the damage. Keria ate all of it and said, all right, what's next?
You know, the T1 is so good at turning around on these, and they're always so tight-knit, the grouping, that if you can't kill someone fast enough, T1 will get in. They will get the punish, and it's the second time Elyoya has died looking for such a pick. But Faker is also looking for a pick and may die if Alvaro can find the angle here.
There's another Spirit Rush, as he's got another charge of that one as the Arcane Storm goes down, and Jojo might need to ult just to stop himself from dying, as Faker not scared. Yeah, 3,000 is the lead here for T1, but there is a lot of other things as well that they have built up for themselves. Now Jojo possibly in trouble. Keria comes in, doesn't land the Abyssal Dive, but it's still a decent amount of damage as now Elyoya comes forward. This time Keria might be dying, gets a Devour, and then dies. That's the plan.
For a turret.
Yeah, this is interesting though. There's to fight.
I mean, Oner has Impale.
Yeah, but there are 3 people here. That's a lot of bad guys. Gets the double suppress, though, as the Impale is going to be utilized. Arcane Storm making sure that MKOI get out of there. The boulders connecting as well as the Death Ray. Not going to land the second time.
I mean, Jojo is too low to impact this play.
Oh, God. Well, Alvaro is going to find Gumayusi, but Gumayusi is just going to put him in the ground. Now the gravity well comes through yet again, and Gumayusi is dead. Super comes over and says, you cannot just be overextended all game, T1.
Like angry wasps after a disturbed nest to come over and clear T1 out. Doran is going to look for this inner turret, but he may pay with his life.
Well, let's see whether he gets a cute little leap strike off as Super is waiting. The ulti comes through, he flashes as Jojo will be able to get over this wall, but he's going to be alone. The charm connects, and that will mean that MKOI will be able to kill the Jack. So nice.
And this Jarvan is still significantly relevant, and we'll use the gold pretty well, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a cross-map turret this time for sure for T1, right? I think this time they get it, and they may get even more.
Well, that is Moen getting devoured and trying to stay alive. He does do so, buys time for the cavalry to turn up. Chains of Corruption on top of him as well. It's finally Gumayusi gets himself in there as Jojo not able to find it, and the sidesteps are beautiful here from the AD carry from T1. Elsewise, on the other side of the fight, T1 are getting lower and lower.
Knows he can walk up to that Ahri and is relatively safe. Now, Elyoya and crew are looking for this dragon. He does have his Cataclysm back. Faker's TPing in. Doran, the first to go in.
He's just going to dive forward into 4 people. Counter-Strike now on cooldown means that he's just going to die here. And now Faker getting in amongst it as well. Down to 1,500 is this dragon, and there is the smite from Elyoya. Finally, the cavalry will arrive, and Gumayusi, not a lot of threat here on top of him. He's going to be chasing out Elyoya, who gets into that brush. Finally, he will find it, and the rest of T1 are looking to tear them apart as well, but it's Super that does so. He gets one of them off the back end, but finally falls, and it's Gumayusi's Varus that's looking like it's spelling victory here for T1 in Game 3.
Say, hey, like you're out of position, we found it.
Catching them on an Otacon could certainly be an opportunity here as Keria looking for that dive angle, but Merwin, he's also trying to get himself in there. Now going to get out. The double suppression is so good here from Oner. The hail of arrows to proc all the blight, and it's a double for Gumayusi. Down goes the jungler, down goes the other smite as well.
European Union about not banning that Varus in this game.
Oh dear. This guy pretty good at the Varus. Is Keria just looking to support as it's Doran that takes down Super inside the base of MKOI. And this feels like it's not just an Otacon going down. It's like the whole game just exploded in favor of T1 as they'll break open the base. They'll take an inhibitor, really representing all that much good stuff.
No.
Here's we have a look at this fight yet again.
I mean, look at Guma in this fight. Double suppress comes through, charge up the Q, double root coming through, chains of corruption, and Merwin just gives up. He's like, well, I mean, you don't have the angle, I'm out of here. Supo isn't there for the follow-up bullet time. If they have the Cataclysm, if they have an all-out, they're able to get on top of Guma, and they can use all those tools together. That's a winnable fight, 100%, but they're just not synced up. They're not there at the same time. T1 don't give them enough. And what is potentially the start of the end of this game.
It really did feel like it. As soon as that Otacon was taken, there was not a whole lot more that could be done here. Arizona looking to get on top of Jojo. Nice charm to try and stop him, but this Skarner can kind of do no wrong at this point in time.
I think they're all the wards. Maybe there's an angle, but T1 are just giving them no quarter in this game. There's that TP.
All right, here's the angle. They get the flash out of Gumayusi. That is a big deal. And he is still very, very low. Not a lot of lifesteal available here for the Varus either. So a big opportunity now for MKOI. Problem is, the rest of T1 are also really dangerous as Bowen tries to go all out. And Guma is just holding that position.
Charm?
Arcane Storm down onto Jojo Pyun. He's trying to get out. And he is going to be able to do so. It's Doran that leaps across the side. Then goes Golden. Moon dashing around the fight as well. And Doran is still moving forward. The wallets, I feel, are just that little bit too heavy as T1 will be able to once again win out the fight, even though that looked closer than it had any right to be.
It was a heroic last stand from MKOI. They get the charm, they get the follow-up from Alvaro, but this base is now in tatters. Oner goes in.
Nice little charm onto Doran there to be able to take him down, but it is going to cost a whole lot more. And probably the Nexus here for MKOI as the first seed from Europe will bite the dust. And our title defenders in T1 move to the semifinals.
It was not an easy battle here for T1. It was a lot more hard fought than...
Well, there will be some physical pressure in a moment as we take you over to the key crushing. But first, a lot of T1 fans have come out to show you support. So let's give them a moment for our semi-finalists. Make some noise for Oner and T1.
네, 웃으러 가시겠습니다. 키 부수러 가시겠습니다. 네.
All right, this will be T1's first key crush here at EWC 2025. And the pleasure is all Oner's. Time to roll credits on Movistar Koi.